All right, Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory with infinite blessings unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Archa HaKodash. Also want to give double honors to our beloved other bishops and to the other apostles of Great Millstone that teach well and that rule well, with much blessings and salutations, always going out to the Lord's hopeful elect, Akim, Wafi, Akwaf that are tuning in, and then to the prophets laboring within His truth, scattered across the four corners of the earth wherever you may be. Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Barakatham, unto you and into your households. All right, as you're able to see that we're living in these evil days, these evil times, in which Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai has begun to judge the world. All right, and the people that dwell in this place. So as you see right here, another flooding, all right, has taken place, which this was yesterday, about 19 hours ago, where there was major flooding that happened over there in Ghana, all right, in which we understand that our people, the Israelites, are scattered, everywhere around the world. All right, so you got Jake over there, the Ghanaians, all right, in which the Lord, brought judgment over there to that place by the way of flooding, all right, a so-called natural disaster in which we understand that the God of the Bible is in control of all these things, all right, as simple as a bird, all right, or a sparrow falling on the floor, or as a squirrel running across the street, all right, everything is controlled by Yahweh Bashim Shai. But it says flooding hits Ghana's capital, killing 13 people, with another storm forecast. All right, it says at least 13 people have died in Ghana's capital, Accra, after torrential rain resulted in severe flooding. All right, and you can easily see this was the doing of the Lord. All right, because just as the times of Noah, when the Lord flooded the earth, all right, he had he had rain come from the sky, man. So this is definitely giving it exactly that credit of these things we've been telling you about, bro. Like, this is the judgment from the Lord, bro. All right, it's not a fairy tale. These stories that were told, all right, in the scriptures about our forefathers, okay, and the miraculous miracles and judgments that Yahweh Bashim Shai has done, all right, are about to be seen again today. All right. It says, according to the fire service, which has been involved in rescue efforts, it says the government has urged people to stay indoors or move to higher grounds, as the meteorological agency warned that further rain was expected with a big storm approaching from the east. All right, so more judgment to come. All right, in which we in those times, man. All right, it says much of the water from Sunday night's downpours has begun to recede, but as the recovery operation continues, the Ghana National Fire Service said the death toll could rise, in which it's going to rise. It says low-lying areas were particularly impacted. Videos circulating on social media show homes and vehicles submerged while many buildings have been destroyed. All right, and we're gonna grab some of these videos, but point being made is, all right, Yahweh Bashim Shai is judging this earth. All right, because we're in those times where Yahweh Shai is going to make his return, man. And these are signs, okay, which give us a indicator, all right, to let us know, man, where we at. So 2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. All right. in which to be able to measure these times and to search and to understand exactly where we're at today in, the big 2026. All right, which now we're in the month of July, coming up on the 250th uh, anniversary or birthday of Babylon the Great, aka America, being, all right, in function, or really, being in power, in which we're seeing a lot of things leading up until that day in which, Lord willing, something happens on the 4th, man, because these things that are happening around the world, these are not, things to take light on, all right, just because it's happening, you know, over there in Ghana, all right, also Venezuela, because we understand that there was just a flood that happened after a major earthquake to those Asherites over there, the Venezuelans. All right, it was followed up by major flooding. So you see, obviously, all right, what's going on and what's taking place, man. Biblical uh, events of destruction, in which that was what's called for in these times, as we're in the end of an age. So the only way to measure these times and to truly understand where you at is by these holy scriptures, man. And it says, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before. All right, when you go to the book of Matthew, it tells you about the signs. All right, wars and rumors of wars. Okay, uproars of the people. All right, etc. All throughout the holy scriptures, the text, it gives you indications of what to look out for and what to, be aware. All right, and understand as these things are as check marks or checkpoints, or markers to let you know what's up. All right, verse 2 says, then shall thou understand that it is the very same time. So yeah, it's that time, man. All right, this is that very same time wherein the highest, which is the highest, is the most high, Yahweh. All right, it says, will begin to visit the world which he made. All right, so the Heavenly Father is about to, well, not about to, is he's here on the scene. All right, visiting the world, in which what he's doing is, he's judging in the earth. All right. Verse 3 says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. All right, once again, Venezuela and also other countries, nations that were affected by these earthquakes. Venezuela wasn't the only one, but, the most critical, devastating earthquake that took place, concerning this week, or really, this recent time is over there, what happened to Israel, those Venezuelans, the Israelites. All right, that's what I meant when I meant Israel. But that's a sign. All right, it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. All right, we're seeing uproars of people, of nations. All right, Turkey, ready to go to war. All right, we already see the tension that's going on in the east as it's continued to escalate. It's going to keep growing. All right, that's something that's not going to die down, bro. All right, and that's the whole point of we telling you, starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, the prophets of Yahweh by Shema Shai, to let you guys understand where you at, and that this shit is really happening, man. Salakia for shit, but really, Salakia, but prophecy is really popping off. It's really happening. All right, and that in your lifetime you're going to see these type of things happen, bro. And even you're going to be affected by these things, because prophecy is really everyone and everything here on this earth, all right, subjected unto that. All right, these words of the Lord, man. All right, scripture says, let me see, who have resisted. Okay, because you can't resist this, even though you try to go against this, or even though you may not believe, your power is, you know, you have no power. That's the whole point. You have no power to fight against this. The Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, all right, his will is going to come to pass regardless. Either you believe, you don't believe, or you're putting it off day to day, or thinking, you know, whatever, the thoughts that you have as if this doesn't exist, but soon, all right, a prophecy is going to consume you, all right, which is, reality is going to checkmate your ass, man, which reality is only just prophecy at the end of the day. We have resist Salakia. So I can find it real quick. Resisted will, KJV. All right. Romans chapter 9 and verse 9. Let's grab it right here. Shit between Romans chapter 9 and verse 19. Thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who hath resisted his will? All right. In which the will of the Lord. All right. Nobody can resist his power. All right. Let's actually look up the word will real quick to build up on this point. So will, it says to wish, desire, all right, to be about to, all right, be about to, all right, wish, will, okay, to be chosen, all right, in which the Lord has chosen his will, his desire is to do these things that what you're seeing happen here on this earth, all right, which is the gospel, the good news, to bring the kingdom of heaven here on the earth for, his chosen people, man, the Israelites, starting with the Lord's elect, and then, all right, also to destroy Esau, Edom, the wicked one, to bring, these things to pass, man. So let's see, saved. Bear with me for a second, because we got this video, all right, and the will of the Lord is to also destroy Babylon the Great. I mean, to bring judgment here on this earth, man. All right, it's all part of the will. So, 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 4. Then shalt thou well understand, right? So, seeing these things, you should get a well understanding, all right, that the Most High Yahweh, all right, spake of those things from the days that were before thee. So even before we were born, before your mother, your father linked up, and before their, your grandmother and your grandfather, etc., down the line, before you existed, or you was in the oven, what I'm saying, in the belly, in your mom's womb, or your father's nuts, his loins. All right, these things were already spoken before you. So these things are out of your power, out of our power. All right, which really, meaning out of our jurisdiction, man. You can't fight against this, and that's something that you people are going to understand, in which it's better to, get the understanding now, and to submit to, the will of the Most High, man, because anyone else and anything else against that is going to fail miserably in these times, all right, in which even within that, the Lord has appointed lots for everybody here on this earth, man. You just hope to be on the Lord's good side. All right. Verse 4 says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High Yahweh spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right. Through his prophets, his men, the men of old times, which are here now today, relaying the same message. All right. Because it has to go out. because we're in that time in which it has went out. It's been successful. It's been preached. Okay, so now we're seeing the effects of what happens after that warning. First it's the warning, and then there's the action. All right, so to say, the judgment really, which the Lord has ruled out. Verse 5 says, "For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest." All right, so the end is here, bro. It's speaking. It's showing itself now, bro. All right, so you people didn't believe us, but shit, now you're going to see it with your own eyes, man. I really feel it, all right, with your five senses, because the things that's coming down the drain, the pipe, all right, man, it's great, all right? And if you don't have a covering from these things, you're going to be consumed, all right, in which a lot of people are going to be consumed by prophecy, man. That shit keep doing that shit, bro. Shit goofy.
Most of Accra is currently underwater right now. And while my heart goes out to everyone affected, because so many lives have been lost, homes have been lost, valuable items, cars just completely gone, destroyed, businesses, absolutely devastating. But it honestly makes you think about an even bigger issue that's happening worldwide. We are seeing record-breaking temperatures and threats all over the world. Europe is currently burning. There are floods, ice floods that are happening in Idaho, Texas, and Ghana. The burning of the trash, not having anywhere to dispose of plastics. Plastics is a huge issue here in Ghana, and that's something that needs to be looked at. Because at the end of the day, no matter what a lawmaker decides or what they put in place, community starts at home. And what we do in our own communities to upkeep them is the way that we can make the change in this world. Again, my heart goes out to any and everybody affected. Again, livelihoods are literally gone. Businesses gone. People's complete livelihoods are gone. And it's truly, truly devastating. So I'm sending my love and my heart out to anybody who is affected, anybody who has lost someone. You guys know that I typically...
All right, in which we're not in a time of love. All right, that's why you're not seeing. You know what I'm saying? You're not seeing the rebuilding of these things, man, because the Lord's casting this stuff down. All right, so verse 6 says, "Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works." All right, it's powerful. All right, flooding, man, come on, bro. Back to back. All right, earthquakes and floodings, not in just one place, but around the world. All right, that's a sign, man. These are things to get the attention of you people, man. And really, you Israelites, to let you understand that, yo, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. All right, and to repent, because if not, man, you're not going to make it on the first go around. All right. Verse 7 says, actually, verse 6 again, "Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs." And that's exactly what the Lord is doing. He's showing you these signs, man. All right. So you'll be blessed. You're very blessed, if you're seeing these things, man, and you're not caught in these things, because the Lord ultimately is giving you more time to prepare, to really come back, so that you won't be, all right, a part of the sign. All right, you won't be caught up in, these judgments, all right, that's taking place, man. To be somebody else's warning. You don't want to be that one person who's like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Someone sees and be like, damn, like, on Instagram or TikTok or social media, or a video floating around where the Lord judged a place where like heavy judgment has came down, and then they seeing you and then they getting right off you. You don't want to be that person, man. All right. Verse 7, "And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed." All right, and that starts by coming back to the Lord, getting away from these false idols and these but I be damned if I get turned down. Shit, so that
abusua adeɛ no ayɛ hu Ghana's capital, Accra, has been hit by severe flooding following several hours of heavy rainfall on Monday. Major roads across the city have been submerged, causing traffic disruptions and leaving many commuters stranded. Overflowing drains have worsened the situation in several areas, while emergency services continue rescue operations for residents trapped in flooded homes. Firefighters are also battling a blaze at a rubber factory near Kwame Nkrumah Circle amid the challenging conditions. The floods have disrupted activities in some schools, prompting the government to urge residents to stay indoors and work from home. Ghana's capital, Accra, has been hit by severe flooding following several hours of heavy rain.
This is no joke, bro. This is the Lord. And all right, even though, all right, we might say this might be HARP technology, the weather technology from HARP and etc. All right, but guess what, man? We, say, oh, it's Esau's doing and HARP. Cool, but who is in control of this devil? Who's control of Esau, Edom?
Rainfall on Monday. Major roads are.
Hey! See the baller coming! Accra is drowning. But this flood did not begin with the rain. The flood began the day we threw rubbish into a gutter because it's only one sachet. It began when drains were left choked, when waterways became building sites, when wetlands and natural floodplains were destroyed, and when we chose convenience over responsibility.
They're picking up food, they're picking up food and stuff, through. All right. So, Lord willing, that's what's edifying. All right. Just a, quick update, man, prophecy update. So Lord willing, that's what's edifying. In closing, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory with infinite blessings into Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, and Kakadash.